It is multiplication of the respective signal. Multiplication of respective signal. You will apply Laplace transform also for the continuous time signal. If you take Laplace transform, it is x of s into y of s. And if you take dtft, x of n, y of n. If you take dtft means x of e power j omega, y of e power j omega. And if you take z transform, in time domain it is convolution, frequency domain it is multiplication. What I am trying to tell, in all these four equations, time domain is convolution, frequency domain is multiplication. These two are discrete time signals, these two are continuous time signals. Okay, these two are continuous time signals, these two are discrete time signals. You can apply Z transform DTFT only for discrete time. Continuous time, you should be applying Laplace transform or CTFT. Okay, and we have some other things. Impulse signal, any transform you apply, impulse signal is 1. Okay, del of n you take, Z transform is 1. Del of n you take, DTFT is 1. Del of t, impulse signal. Okay, in continuous time, Laplace transform is 1. If you take del of t, if you apply CTFT, it is 1. Okay, for impulse signal, you apply any transform, the value is 1. For impulse signal, you apply any transform, the value is 1. Okay, next I am going to take right-handed, left-handed signal, something like that. Find Z transform of x of n equal to 1, 2, 3. No arrow mark is given. No arrow mark is given. Then you take the first element as origin. First element as origin. We know that x of z equal to summation signal into z power minus n. Okay, this is equation 1. N equal to minus infinite to plus infinite. You take arrow mark for the first signal. Okay, so 3 elements are there, and you consider first one as x of 0, second one as x of 1, third one as x of 2. This is x of 0, x of 1, x of 2. No arrow mark means you take arrow mark for the first one. Okay, so the summation limits are 0 to 2 only, x of n, z power minus n. If you put n equal to 0, okay, x of n value is 1, z power 0, z power 0. Next is 2 into z power minus 1, 3 into z power minus 2. So this is 1 plus 2z inverse plus 3z power minus 2. This is the way how you should do. If no arrow mark is given, you take the first element as element at origin. Okay, sometimes they will ask you to find out. Okay, so find x of 0.5, okay, if x of n equal to 1, 2, 3. We already calculated x of z value. For the same question, we already calculated x of z value. Okay, so wherever z is there, put 0.5. They are asking x of 0.5. So wherever z is there, put 0.5. Whole inverse 3 into 0.5 whole power minus 2. Simplify. What is the final numerical answer? Okay, this is one model they may be asking. And coming to the next case, if you have x1 of n, okay, x1 of n plus x2 of n, its z transform, if you are calculating, it is coming as x1 of z, x2 of z. If the ROC is 2 by 3 less than z less than, okay, 4 by 3. For example, I am taking ROC is like this. Okay, if you are taking x1 of n minus x2 of n, only z transform will change, x1 of z minus x2 of z, but the ROC will remain the same. It will, minus symbol will not affect ROC. Only in the z transform it will be changing. This is the point. Other than this, you study the properties, okay, of ROC in Laplace transform. properties of ROC in Z transform. Okay, definition and formula. Definition of ROC in Laplace transform, definition of ROC in Z transform. You have a formula also. You have a formula also for ROC. You have also a formula. What is that formula? The range of value of, okay, the range of integration mod x of t e power minus st dt. Okay, this should be less than 1. Here summation mod x of n z power minus n, this value should be less than 1. This is the formula for ROC. This is the formula for ROC in Laplace transform in Z transform. Okay, so these things you kindly refer. Then coming to the properties. Okay, properties you have in all the things, properties in CTFT, only statements. Okay, in Laplace transform, Z transform, DTFT, we have properties, only statements, because direct questions may come. Only statements you have to remember. Okay, so how to change Laplace transform to CTFT? How to change Laplace transform to CTFT? We are having x of s, we are having j omega. So s, if you convert to j omega, then it will become Laplace transform to CTFT. So one thing you prepare very well, then the other thing you can do it very easily. Okay, this is conversion of Laplace transform to CTFT. Similarly, how to convert Z transform to DTFT? How to convert Z transform to DTFT? Z transform, it is x of z. Here it is x of e power j omega. So when you put z as e power j omega, Z transform is converting as DTFT. Z transform is converting as DTFT. So one thing you be very thorough. Z transform is a very easy. CTFT is also very easy. Okay. Here both of this are applied for x of n signals. Okay. Both of this are applied for x of t signals. X of continuous time signals. Okay. Continuous time signals. This is discrete time signals. So this is about. Also you study the formula for, okay, what is the basic formula for calculating, okay, basic formula for calculating CTFT, Laplace transform, Z transform, DTFT, okay, how to calculating formula, forward direction, reverse direction, in all this 4, okay, how to calculate, what are the formulas for calculating CTFT of a signal, Laplace transform of a signal, Z transform of a signal, how to calculate, what is the basic formula. Okay, with this I am closing revision on Z transform. In Laplace transform, okay, revision on Laplace transform, you go through the list of formula, in Laplace transform, how to find Laplace transform, inverse Laplace transform formulas. Then you go to the properties, in Laplace transform, you study well. So I already told you del of t means it is 1. Del of t minus 5, how to find Laplace? E power minus 5t into 1. Okay, if you have del of t plus 5, then it is e power plus 5t into 1. These are the Laplace transforms. For example, x of n is given. How to calculate x of t plus 3, its Laplace transform. How to calculate its Laplace transform. For example, x of s is given. In Laplace transform, if x of s is given, how to calculate initial value? Okay, using x of s. How to calculate final value using x of s. Okay, this is called initial value theorem, and this is called final value theorem. How to calculate? Okay, x of s is given. This is another model, another thing what you have to go through. First point, second point, this is the third one, this is the fourth one. And in the Laplace transform, we know e power minus at u of t means it Laplace is 1 by s plus a. If they give 1 by s plus 5, okay, what is the time domain? If they give e power minus 3t u of t, or e power 3t u of t, what is the Laplace transform? Okay, so these things, similar model with another numerical, it may come. Okay, it is e power minus 5t u of t. Here it is 1 by s plus 3. So such questions may come. I'm going to the next thing. If I have in CTFT, if I have del of t, the value is 1. Okay, if I have del of, if I have 1 here, okay, in the time domain, if I have 1, in the time domain, if I have 1, in the frequency domain, it is 2 pi, del of omega. If I have del of omega alone here, this is 1 by 2 pi. If I have del of omega minus omega naught, then it is 1 by 2 pi e power plus j omega naught t. If I have del of omega minus 3, then 1 by 2 pi e power plus j 3 into t. Okay, something like this. E power omega plus omega naught, then it is 1 by 2 pi e power minus j omega naught t. You check out these things. Okay, like this they may ask you any question. You should be able to tell. And in CTFT, we have some time almost at the end. Frequency response. Frequency response is denoted by x of j omega. It can be represented frequency response or spectrum response. Frequency response or spectrum response. So it is nothing but magnitude spectrum plus phase angle spectrum. And magnitude spectrum is given by mod x of j omega. Phase angle spectrum is given by angle of x of j omega. And this is an even function. Magnitude spectrum is an even function. And phase spectrum, it passes through origin. Phase spectrum, it passes through origin. These are the behavior of magnitude and phase spectrum. So magnitude and phase spectrum together is called frequency response. Okay, magnitude and phase spectrum together is called frequency response. Magnitude and phase spectrum together is called frequency response. Okay, almost I have completed everything. The revision required for the complete syllabus.